Hello and welcome. It's week 7, the official midpoint of the season. We have 6 weeks behind us and 6 weeks to go. Now, it's been a while since I've been here, week 2 to be exact. Maybe I just forgot about this, maybe I've been busy, or maybe we're all in for a change. Been putting lots of time, energy, money into this production. As you can see, we've got Clifford on the background today. Should be football, but Lola gets what Lola wants. So, now starting off, we're not going to spend 30 minutes or 8 minutes or 12 minutes just bashing back and forth. That would be fun for me, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. We're actually going to get into some reviewing of the previous week and some previewing of the current week. So, we'll take a look at the team that pretty much pooped the bed last week. Then we'll look at the player to watch for this week, the team with the most to gain for this current week, and then we'll also look at the matchup of the week. So let's get to it. We'll start off with the review of last week, week 6. The team with, basically the team that pooped the bed. Sorry, girls. Poop. The team that pooped the bed last week was Jason. Something clever here. You could have been tied with Kyle at 5-1, which would have set you pretty well for the playoffs at this point, but you go out and you score 70 points. I mean, it's just, Lacey had a terrible week. Melvin Gordon had a terrible week. I mean, personally, that's how I feel like your team performs. You know, you got Julio and Lacey, which should produce on a pretty consistent basis, but then everybody else is high floor, high ceiling, low floor, something floor, low floor, I think. But so it's pretty inconsistent week to week. But I mean, it is what it is, as they say in the business. So the 70 points was the low score for last week, and it puts you back a little bit, puts you in a tie with me, which I don't know how you beat me the week before. Marcus Wheaton. 70-yard bomb. That's awesome. I'm past it though. It's cool. So Jason is this week's player who pooped the bed. So let's get into the previewing of week 7. I'd like to take a look at the team with the most to gain this week. I believe is Kyle, New Mania 2015, or is it New Man? Yeah. Or maybe it's Newman, Iowa, 2015. I'm not sure. You guys just fill in these names and don't give me exact pronunciations, but Kyle is this week's team with the most to gain because although he is in first place, he could create quite a gap between himself and the rest of the league. If he wins, he'd be sitting at 6-1, with the closest competitor possibly being Jason at 5-2. If he wins, the next closest after that would be at 4 wins. Could be a couple different people there, but creates at least 2-game gap, 3-game over people that he's already beaten, with a matchup with Jason to come still. So this is a pretty big week for Kyle. If he wins, it sets him up pretty good for the playoffs. Usually in the past, it takes at least 7 wins to be assured of the playoffs, so 6-1 would be looking pretty good with 6 weeks to go. Now, in order to do that, the player to watch this week will be Josh McCown, coincidentally. Yes, Josh McCown of the... Let me check. Lola, who does Josh McCown play for? No? We don't. She doesn't know. I don't know. Josh McCown, but I know that he plays at St. Louis. So let's take a look at the player card for Josh McCown. On the season overall, he's averaging 17 points a week. Since week 3, after the Johnny Manziel miracle game, he's averaging 26 points a week. So he's been on fire here recently. But they're at St. Louis, which, as a defense, is only giving up 15 points a game to the quarterback, and only 12 points at home. So it's gonna be a pretty tough matchup. I mean, it could go either way. I see it being more closer towards the St. Louis at home points per game, but in order for Kyle to have a chance at winning this week, it's going to need to be closer to the 26 points, so stay tuned to that. And finally, let's look at the matchup of the week. We have the Fractured Butthole at 3-3 versus Snit Squad at 3-3. Now, record-wise, this isn't a great matchup. It'll create separation in the standings, but it's interesting because the two teams are going in totally different directions at the moment. Joe started off 3-1 and has lost 2 straight currently, and Brandon started off 1-3 and is currently on a 2-game win streak. So it's two teams going in opposite directions, and this week could either keep the streak going for one player, or I mean, it just could create a total mess. It's total mayhem, anyways. Now we've got Joe. He's got his Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski combo working well this season. Probably the top quarterback-receiver duo. But there's not much else going for you, Joe. At the time of this video recording, the Buffalo Bills game is over in London, and the Buffalo defense struggled till late in the fourth when they got a pick-6 touchdown, so that'll help you in the long run, but I don't know how much unless Brady and Gronk just have a huge game against the Jets today. Now, on the other side, Brandon's team, on paper, looks... I mean, at the beginning of the season, it looked like it was the best on paper, but Antonio Brown has really struggled since losing Ben. Beckham just hasn't been the same Beckham as he was last year, and Mike Evans is terrible with Jameis Winston, and Jordan Matthews is terrible with Sam Bradford. So, it looks good on paper, but in reality, your record is what it says it is, so we'll see. We'll see if Mike Evans maybe will turn it around today, I think. That'll help you. But other than that, I hope you guys like the new format, and we'll probably keep it this way for the foreseeable future unless anybody else has any ideas. Also, make sure to go to the homepage of, if you ever get on the computer, go to the homepage and go to the FFL Toolkit to see the power rankings, and if you guys want to do a press conference or anything, I mean, be careful. Apparently, my press conference got flagged because of something. I mean, I don't remember using any foul language towards Ridgeway or anything like that, but they apparently flagged it for inappropriate behavior, so I guess watch out for this guy. So I hope you guys have a good week 7. I plan on being back week to week here until the end, so good luck today. It's going to create this. I think this is an important week because it's going to create a gap between the top and bottom, but I mean the middle is always going to be jam-packed, so good luck today, and we'll see you next week at Buffalo Wild Wings. Later.